Hello and welcome to this next video. In this video, what we want to achieve is to know how to find or search in Active Directory users and computers. So I mentioned that when you create a new user in this default user group, it's the users are going to be added to all the already existing built-in accounts. So let's say you find yourself in such a situation and you're wondering how can you quickly find an object. So all these are objects. Every single item in this folder are objects. Everything here, anything in Active Directory is an object. So there is a functionality where you can use to search. To search, you can just right click on any of these snap-ins and go to find. That's how you search in Active Directory. It gives you this wizard to do a search. Now, to search, there are certain parameters that you can configure to help you find what you're looking for. So let's say we want to find those users that we just created. So we can find those users in this group, which says users, contacts, and groups. Or if we were trying to search a computer, like for instance the one we joined to the domain, we can search by changing this to computers and then typing in the relevant keyword, and so on and so forth. Now, another way to fine-tune whatever you're trying to search is by specifying specifically where you want to search in. Normally, it's good practice to use entire directory, or if you know specifically what you're looking for is definitely going to be in the forest, then you go to the forest. So you have the option to flip in between these. For instance, if you're trying to search for something and you couldn't find the search result and you realize maybe it's not in where you thought it was, so you change the filter to entire directory and it might tell you where it is. So I'll keep this as the forest, and let's say we wanted to find John Farrow. So just John F, find now, and that gives us the search results. We can double click and it gives us an option to modify the properties of John. We can also right click John's account and it gives us the same option as if we found him directly from this list. Now, there's a couple of things that you'd realize are different. So when you go to John's account directly from this user group and you right click on John for a row and you go to properties, you realize you have this number of snap-ins, you have this number of properties, if you count them, there's a lot. Just take a quick look. I'm just going to take a snip of this. So just this. So these are the options that you have access to manage when you find their account that way. Let's just double check something. So if you go to the find function and you find JOHF and it gives you John for a row and you right click, go to properties, you'd realize that it gives you the same number of snap-ins that you can manage, right? So it depends on how quickly you want to access whatever you're looking for. And that's one way to use the find function. You can use the find function to find other things like computers and so many other things that I just showed you. Another thing you would realize is what I just showed you, which is a snip. You'd realize there probably would be some snap-ins here that you haven't seen, and there's a way to unlock some of those snap-ins that are hidden, because there are different levels of viewing any object in Active Directory. Now, by default, whenever you open the Active Directory users on computer snap-in, it's opening from a default point of view. So let's say you wanted to view detailed point of view. So we have this option where you can go to the view tab and you go to advanced features. So those features that are highly level and probably would be some of the features that as a sysadmin you'd be looking to explore. So when I go to advanced features, I see all these hidden folders, all these hidden groups that I never seen, and now they're showing up. Now, when I go to users and I go and find again, say now I'm finding at this minus level because I'm highly confident that it's there, and we go to John F. So when I go to John's properties and I compare this number of snap-ins, I'm just gonna make this smaller. You'd realize I don't see publish certificates here. I don't see, what other things can't I see? I don't see object. So this is object. I don't see object here. So the point I'm trying to make across here is there are some snap-ins in the properties of a user or an object account that you wouldn't be able to see if you don't turn on the advanced features. So that comes in handy when it comes to finding and searching. So that's the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next snip where we would be exploring some other cool things in Active Directory. Thanks.